Good morning, everyone. It's Sal, Stretford Post. How you doing? And welcome to another episode of Breaking Dawn, guys. Hope you're all doing well. Thank you, guys, for joining me this morning on this Wednesday morning. Of course, the week is flying by. It's flying by, isn't it? Unfortunately, it is international break. Commiserations, everyone. It is international break. How boring. I know. It's so boring, international break. We can't do nothing about it, unfortunately. I think they should just move all the internationals until the summer, and then that'll be all right. We just need to talk about Man United. That's all I care about, to be honest with you guys. Great to have you on board, guys. Please, before I start, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. You have to subscribe to be chatting anyway, but please subscribe to the channel and smash a like on the video if you guys could do that for me, and put on your notifications as well, guys. Let's delve straight into it. You know, when you think that you've heard everything, you've heard it all before, you've heard all the media narratives, etc., anti-Man United bias and agendas going out there every single day from various outlets. I mean, we're probably the most disliked or most talked about football club in the world every single day. I think we're more spoken about than any other bit of news in the world. I mean, not even just football. Any news in the world, it's Man United at the end of the day. And not least, Jamie Carragher, who loves a good old chin wag about Manchester United. He loves to talk about our football club, even though he's a Liverpool fan. I know that we've caused him, well, he's an Everton fan, but he played for Liverpool. But even though we caused him a lot of pain, I know we caused him a lot of pain over the years. We caused him a lot of disgruntlement, a lot of anger. And he seems to be, in his latter years, vengeful, very spiteful in the way he is. But has he exposed himself? I believe he has. I believe he's exposed himself. Now, yesterday, he said some quotes, okay? He said some quotes about Ruben Amorim, of course. I'm going to say Ruben Amorim, okay? He said some quotes yesterday. One of the quotes, I mean, I can't believe what he was talking about. He's talking about Ruben Amorim, right? And here's what he said. The problem with Ruben Amorim is that he's in a press conference, but he's not winning. Bear me a second. But he's not winning. He's in a press conference, but he's not winning. People are thinking, oh, shut up, stop speaking. But if he was winning, we'd all be thinking he's a great character and personality. He went on to say, Carragher and Amorim, if he wasn't so charismatic in a press conference and wasn't such a good-looking man, he might have lost his job a lot earlier. When you look at the results, they are horrendous, guys. Now, look, you know what? Whatever you think about the results, okay, guys. But he just mentioned a manager's looks. That exposes him as a very bitter, jealous character, doesn't it? It's not constructive. Why are you going on about the man's looks? What is your problem? You know, you're going on about this is how desperate the media are to slander Man United, to bring down Man United. This is how desperate they are. You know, to come out and say something about the man's looks. I mean, come on, guys. I mean, listen, reading between the lines here. This guy is an absolute clown, man. I honestly. And you're talking about a manager who's managing Manchester United and all you want to talk about. Maybe his wife has said something complimentary towards Ruben Amorim. And you know what? He's got a little bit jealous and he's being like, all right, man. All right. That's Newcastle accent. I can't really do the Scouse accent, but he's probably gone. He said, tomorrow I'm going to go online on the overlap and talk about Ruben Amorim and slander Ruben Amorim. That's what I'm going to do, and talk about his looks and talk about whatnot, of course, guys. And that's what it is at the end of the day. That's what he's doing. And there is a bit of vengeful thing going on there, in my opinion. Guys, welcome everyone to the stream. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to the channel. The realist guys, the real people on the stream, guys, are the Stretford Posters who come on even on a non-transfer window, of course, guys. Let me say good morning to Red Fred 55. Hope you're doing well. Boring international break. I would say good morning, Sanjay. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you again, of course. Good to see Ephraim back in the house. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Good morning, Sal. Do you think Manu will sign a new contract? We'll get into that. Albie. Hey, Sal. Hope you're doing well. Big up, Albie. Hope you're doing well. Thank you so much, my friend. I hope you're doing good. Good to see you, my friend. Hey, Sal. Hope all is well. Big up, everyone. Very well. Thank you very much. No way Lammens starts against City or Chelsea. He's ready, Albie. He's ready. He's better than Bayern there. He's better than Onana. Play him. Play him. Got to play him. We shouldn't be fearful. Just play him. You know, Man City started James Trafford. You know, at the end of the day, you got to play these players. I mean, if you're going to give him a big score, imagine he plays at the Etihad and he has a blinding game. Imagine he has a blinding game and he saves a lot of shots and stuff like that. Imagine that happens, and then his confidence is automatically boosted, and then we're like hyping him up into this goalkeeper. He needs to play. He needs to play. I'm sorry. He's better than those goalkeepers we got. I don't care about this, so, not Premier League experience thing. I'm not in for that. He's better than what we've got. He should play. Donnarumma will start for Man City, not Premier League experience. But you know what? He should play, and that's my opinion. Good football is no football. Relax. There's international break. Of course, there is international. I'm doing a watch along for Serbia against England, guys. Should be an interesting one. So, if we protest against the Arsenal, do you think we will sign another midfielder? Yes. Remember when Manchester United protested before about the what is it? The game. I forgot what the game was. But after we protested, Man United brought out the new stadium plans, which is all ChatGTP generated and stuff, all that stuff. Remember when they did that? And and since then we've heard nothing about the stadium, by the way, nothing concrete. Anyway, we shouldn't be moving away from Old Trafford. Anyway, I believe we should be sticking at Old Trafford. I don't believe in moving away from Old Trafford. But you remember when that happened, and when we done the protest, they done that little PR announcement, of course. And this is exactly what happened in the Arsenal game. If Man United proceeded with the protests against Arsenal, we probably would have signed a midfielder. Guys, because that's what they do to spin it, and that's what I would say. Liverpool, big flop. Sal, are there any jealous in the face? It's amazing. They are very jealous, of course. Good morning, sir. Lammens will start against City and Sesko should be starting games. I agree, Saviour. We cannot be resting on our laurels and waiting for the right time. We just need to do it. You remember when Patrice Evra first signed for Man United from Monaco at a kid, and he played against Man City. We need to do it. You have to take risks. You have to throw these players into the deep end. It's a bit like a bird learning to fly. You have to throw them off the cliff to find out if they can fly or not. It's the way it is, guys. And that's how you start your football career. If he played in that game against Man City, he's going to think, wow, this is intensity. And this is what we need, and I think he'd have a good game. I really do think so. I've also said, morning, Sal. Amorim must start Lammens on goal. Otherwise, we are traumatized when the other two start in goal. Yeah, look. Afrosoup, I can guarantee you, Afrosoup, my friend, I can guarantee you that if Onana starts, if Bayinde starts, there's going to be a mistake. And then we're going to go, and we should have started Lammens. We might as well should have started Lammens. That's what's going to happen. That's what we're going to do. Trust me on that one. And remember when we're doing the watch along of what I'm saying, we're going to end up, Onana or Bayinde are going to make a mistake. They're going to make a mistake. And then we're going to go like, I knew it. I knew we should have played Lammens, Will they disqualify Grimsby? Look, you know what? I made my point about that yesterday, about Grimsby Town and the ineligible player that they played. He played 25 minutes. I have my thoughts on it. A lot of people are being like, oh, you know what? Leave it, let it go. Leave it, let it go. It's rules are rules. They cheated and they should be knocked out. And look, I wouldn't care as much, but the manager of Grimsby Town, I think he's the manager, he came out and he's taking the mick, basically clowning Ruben Amorim with his tactics board on his screen. So we should punish them. F them. You know what I mean? And that's what we should do. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, because we don't know how that would have changed the game. We don't know how that would have negotiated. The game would have negotiated if he didn't play. We don't know. The other player might have scored an own goal. I still need 2-1 right back. No, transfers at the moment, guys. It's no point. We ain't got no one. I know no man's better, but after I'm not starting Sesko, I see him starting Lammens. I would love him to see it though. I love it too, Albie. I'm hearing some quarters, Albie, that he's going to start Lammens. Obviously, Lammens and Sesko are very different. Sesko is a striker. We've got cover in that area, competent cover, and we're all right in that area of the pitch. In the goal, we're not all right. We're not all right in goal. We need a goalkeeper, and Senne Lammens is that goalkeeper for me. Now, I've heard it from people I rely on that he may play. He might play. He may play. So I hope he does play. He should play because at the end of the day, there's no time like the now. No time like the present. He needs to play, and Senne Lammens is good enough, in my opinion. If Ruben Amorim doesn't play him, if Bayinde comes in, if Onana comes in and he concedes a stupid goal, people are going to be saying, oh, he should have played Lammens. I knew he should have played Lammens. But Ruben Amorim, don't you? You know Ruben Amorim. Amorim is very hard to predict. One thing that we have noticed about Ruben Amorim is that he's very cautious in regards to his selections and stuff like that. I wouldn't say cowardice. Sometimes he's just a little bit reserved in regards to how he wants to play, and in regards to playing Mason Mount as the number 8, false number 9, should I say? He has to change it now. He has to change it because obviously Mason Mount is injured. Cunha, we don't know how long he's going to be out. Obviously, there was rumours about 4 to 6 weeks being a hamstring injury. There was rumours about that. I'm not too sure about that. Haven't heard too much about that. But he may be missing the Man City game. So we can move Bruno into the number 10. We can move Mainoo into the midfield. And we can negotiate things a little bit and make, you know what? And see how it does. Sal, should Man United? I think they should, but they won't. Big up, Stephen. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. The Old Trafford, big up, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, my guy. Hope you're blessed, my friend. Hope everything is good. Hope you're good. Zizou, hi, bro. What a big up, brother. How you doing? Media don't talk about Manchester City when they lose. No, they don't. They don't talk about. I haven't heard anything. It's like you hear a pin drop. When Pep Guardiola is losing games, it's like you can hear a pin drop, isn't it, at the end of the day? No one cares about Man City. This is my notion, guys, and I don't know how you feel about this, right? I want to say this, guys. If Man United were not in the Premier League, if Manchester United were not in the Premier League, what would they talk about? The Premier League would go bust. The Premier League would go bust because they have nothing to talk about. The revenue would go down. The clicks would go down. For goodness sake, guys. You know what I mean? Manchester United is the biggest club in the earth. Hated, adored, never ignored. Stephen, is this cheating from Grimsby? It was the other way around. It would be United. They should be replayable. Stephen, as much as people say, we're Manchester United. We're Manchester United. We don't do that. We're classy. We're classy. Come on, man. I don't want to hear about classy. No wonder they don't get anywhere in life. Let me tell you something, guys, right? It is cheating. It is cheating. And I don't care whether it's Liverpool or Grimsby. It's cheating. Right now, let me give you this example, right? Man United are in no position to be picking and choosing what they do. We're in a very bad way, right? Imagine we get reinstated into the League Cup, into the Carabao Cup, right? And Man United win it. And Man United win it. And then Man United come 8th or 9th in the league, but win the Carabao Cup and then, get into Europe. Remember when Denmark won the European Championships when they didn't qualify? And I think it was Yugoslavia who got suspended from the European Championships way back in 1992, and then Denmark went into the European Championships and they won the European Championships. Sometimes that could be an incentive. You get reinstated into the tournament and then you go on this run without any pressure and you win. Whatever people say, whatever it is, I don't think Man United are going to appeal plainly because they feel like it's shameful, and that's what they're going to do. They're going to feel like it's shameful. At the end of the day, I think what I think is shameful is that the Grimsby manager coming out mocking our manager. That's what I think is shameful. Hey, big up, my friend. Hope you're doing, guys. Hope you're well. Hope you're blessed. Good to see you, Benny. Hope you're good. Any news on any news on Goalkeeper exists? Any news on Goalkeeper exists? Big up, my friend. No news story like Manchester United story for the media. There's no news story like the Man United story. No news story like the Man United story because the Man United story, I always made a song about that. Yeah, look, you know what? At the end of the day, there's no news like Man United. And they would not live without Man United. They could not speak. They could not talk without Man United. They have nothing to do. It'd be boring. Their ratings will go down. Of course, if Lammens starts against Man City, it will boost to the team. It will be saviour. It will be a massive boost. And not only a boost to the team, a massive boost to Senne Lammens. A massive boost to Senne Lammens. It'd be a massive boost to him. He's starting the game against Man City. His debut, Man City. We believe in you, Senne. This is your stage. This is your church. This is what it's all about, Senne Lammens. That's what I'll be pointing out. That's what I'll be inflicting on him. I'll be planting that in his head. This is your stage. This is your arena. Go out there and impress. Old Trafford. They should appeal and get their chance. The people who are saying that we are too fancy for the appeal are delusional. They're delusional, self-righteous. They think they know everything about Man United, but they'll never come in there and sit and have a proper conversation with me about Man United because they'll get schooled, right? I know a person, I bumped into him in Abu Dhabi airport when I was going to Italy, and it's a guy I know online, and he supported Man United apparently for 60 years. And I met him. He also lives in Abu Dhabi, and 60 years he's been supporting a football club, apparently. And when we spoke, we were sitting there because my flight was very early in the morning. It was 5 in the morning, right? This year. It was 5 in the morning, and he tapped me in the shoulder. He goes, Sal. I go, what's going on, Steve? What's going on? And it was like that, yeah? And then I started talking, and we started talking about football, blah, 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 and talk about Man United. I said, I'm just relieved that the season's over. What a stressful season, and blah, blah, blah. And then he said to me, I started going into the conversation. I don't know how we got to this stage in the conversation, but I started talking about 1995 and when Man United lost the league to Blackburn and things like that. And I started talking about that. And he said he can't remember. I can't remember. I said, you can't remember 1995, Liverpool beating Blackburn Rovers, and we had to beat West Ham to win the league. You can't remember that. This is what I'm talking about. These people talk. They're drunk all the time. They don't know what they're talking about. We're talking about business here. This is business, all right, at the end of the day, right? If people are so infatuated with Ineos and love Ineos, so they should do this then, because this is good for Man United. It's a bit like saying this, right? It's a bit like saying the game is going on. There's a penalty to Man United, right? The referee doesn't give it. Man United shouldn't appeal. It's Grimsby. We shouldn't appeal. It's Grimsby. Oh, it doesn't matter if it's a penalty. It's Grimsby. You know, that's what I'm talking about. If this thing happened in the game, if the player came on, the player who's supposed to play instead of the player who played, who was ineligible, if the player who's supposed to play came on and scored an own goal and Man United went through, you know what would have happened. We're dealing with small margins here in football. We don't know what would have happened. And that's why I say this should have been. Big up Old Trafford. Sorry, I wanted to ask about goalkeeper exits. Nothing at the moment at Old Trafford. Big up my friend. Obviously, there was rumours about Turkey, Onana. Man United could still do a loan deal. I mean, don't be surprised, though, guys. If Saudi Arabia come in with an offer for Onana, don't be surprised. The Saudi Arabian window closes on the 12th of September, if I'm not wrong, the 12th of September. So we have a little bit of time for Onana to still leave the football club. So let's just play it by ear. Let's see what happens. Hopefully that Onana does leave the football club. Absolutely. Sal, rule is the rule. We have to appeal. Yeah. Big up, Marky Mark. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. How are you, my friend? Very well. Good to see you again. Always good to see you. Yes, we should start him. A baptism of fire is just what he needs. Keep up the great rumor. Thank you so much, Marky Mark. I absolutely agree. A baptism of fire. Very well said. Exactly. What better incentive, what better confidence is there than to give your goalkeeper a confidence to start him against them in the Manchester derby? What a confidence booster that would be for him. You know, and speaking of Senne Lammens, he has conducted his first interview as a Manchester United player, guys. Let's just go through a couple of the comments, guys. Senne Lammens said, this is a dream move. He told MUTV, I was 5. United were at the height of football. You keep in your memory how big Manchester United is. When I heard they were interested, it was like a childhood dream. Of course, guys, he's living a dream, guys. He's living a dream, as we all would love to do. He went on to say, the club alone, the aura of the club, it's massive. Being here today, seeing it, it's a different level. A big part is the stadium. You can feel the history when you walk on into it. And this is why we should never move away from Old Trafford. This is what I'm talking about. We should never move away from Old Trafford because this is who we are. This is what we're all about. Old Trafford, Old T. That's what it's all about, guys. Absolutely. Senne Lammens went on to say, I'm looking forward to walking on the pitch for the first time and thinking about all the greats who have played there, especially goalkeepers. Bye, guys. Senne Lammens, my friend, go and make history. Go and make history, my guy. This arena is yours. This canvas is yours, Senne. This is your canvas. Go and paint a beautiful picture, my friend. Go and do it, my guy. Absolutely. Good morning, my friend Tyborg. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you in the stream again. Good to see you. Of course, the legend. That is Tyborg, of course, guys. Absolutely. Stephen, Manchester United are talked about club in the world for them and by low. TalkSport and ESPN are the worst. I absolutely agree with that, Stephen. And you've got people, right? People who go on TalkSport are supposed to be Man United fans, guys. I'm not going to mention their names, but you know who they are. They're on various platforms, right? People going on there, feeding into their narrative. That's what they do. That's all they do. People going on Sky Sports. Yeah, guys, listen, I went on Sky Sports with a talent. I went on Sky Sports with music. I put my music on Sky Sports on Soccer AM. My songs went on Sky Sports with talent. I didn't have to do beg and feed into their narrative. You know what I mean? Oh, Jim Ratcliffe, it's not his fault. Oh, it's not his fault. Oh, no, don't blame Bruno. It's not his fault. It's not his fault. Because they want you to do that. Ruben Amorim, they're like, Ruben Amorim is like, yeah, Ruben Amorim tactics. Ruben Amorim tactics. My goodness me, guys. Honest to God. Maybe he should take off his cap. Maybe he should realize that his hairline is further back than the 1999 treble. And maybe he should think about the treble where we come from and stop talking trash on these channels that hate us. Right, and that's all what we should do. Absolutely. Ephraim, Sal, our XG is very good. If we click, we would destroy teams. Our finishing is bad. Football is about scoring goals, Ephraim. And this is why I would play Sesko. Because we are not scoring goals. And if you don't score goals, you don't win games. And this is why what Tyberg said yesterday, what I'm talking about, Manchester United are not that far away. We're not that far away. We're actually closer than we think in regards to where we want to be. We're actually closer than we think. We are a couple of players from challenging for the title, 2 or 3, in my opinion, and a squad. We are, but we're not that far away. But what we have to do in future is play the right players, play the players in their correct positions, and play the right players, in my opinion. Stephen, United need European football, and if the cup is a route back, they should appeal. Yeah. I mean, imagine it, Stephen. Imagine coming to the end of the season and we miss out on European football by a point. Imagine what we're going to say. Should have took that appeal. We will appeal against Grimsby. We will go through the next round, and then people won't even think about the Grimsby game in a few weeks' time. They should do it. And those people coming on here telling them about, Manchester United, historically, Come on the show and tell me about your history. Come and school me on this show about our history, because I will school you without even looking at Google. Hands on my head like this, and I'll talk about Man United without even typing anything in the screen. And I'll look straight at the screen, so it won't be AI either. Okay, so at the end of the day, people can talk their trash and stuff like that. Man United need to do what they need to do, and they need to work what they need to work with. At the end of the day, we're nowhere near where we need to be, and that's what I would say. Benny, straight into the starting lineup for Senne Lammens. We can't keep playing competent keepers. Absolutely, Benny, because we're going to regret it. We played Sesko from the first game of the season. I don't think we would have lost to Arsenal. I saw some very good positives. When he came on last game against Burnley. We were getting crosses into Sesko. Yes, it didn't quite go in, but Sesko was winning balls in the box, guys. When have we ever seen that? He was winning balls in the box. He was winning headers. He was jumping 6 feet like Cristiano Ronaldo. This guy was smashing it, guys. My goodness. Senne Lammens, Euro Delit, Dorgu, Dago, yeah, look, guys. Look, I can't wait till the game after the international break and we play Man City. I'm actually looking forward to it. Who knows who's going to play, if the goalkeeper is going to play or not. One thing we know about, obviously, Ruben Amorim is that he's very careful and he's very cautious of what he does. Very calculated in what he does. And I don't know if he's going to play him. I would love him to play Senne Lammens. I would love him to play him. I would love him to start Sesko. A part of me feels that he won't. But now that Mason Mount is injured, apparently he's injured. Now he's got no choice but to play Senne Lammens and Sesko in the team. And I hope he does play those players in the team, because we need to start our best team. We need to start building chemistry. We need to start building chemistry, start playing the best team, and stop dilly and dallying about and trying to be smart and cute with different formations and tactics. We need to play our best team, the team that we believe is going to take us further forward in the future. That's what Man United need to do. We can't be just resting on our laurels and saying, you know what, we're not going to play. We're going to wait. Let's wait a little bit longer. No. Let's kick the ball down the road. Let's wait a little bit longer again. We need to play the best team. We need to play the best players. In my humblest of opinion, guys, that's what I feel. We need to do it, guys. Absolutely. In my biggest of opinions, guys. But yeah, this is how it should be. Man United should work. Man United should, play the best team. Play Sesko. Play Senne Lammens. We've obviously got Cunha injured. He probably won't play against Manchester City, being a hamstring injury. So let's wait. Sisu, he will be a good keeper. I watched the videos. He saves more penalties than others, and his passes. But he's got better stats than Emi Martinez, mate. Better stats in all round. All round stats is better than Emi Martinez. All round stats. I don't want to hear any narratives about him now. I don't want to hear any negativity about him. He's got better stats than Emi Martinez. And it's saving balls, crosses, catches, penalty saves, everything. Good morning, Sal. Any news on Cunha and Mount? When will they return? I'm not too sure. I haven't heard. The one thing about Cunha, Revert 7, big up Revert 7. The one thing about Cunha is Cunha's got a hamstring injury, and they have to work out which type of hamstring injury it is. Now, there's 2 types of hamstring injury. Well, there's more, but anyway, and this one that Cunha has, it could either be 4 weeks or it could be 6 weeks. It does look likely he's going to miss a couple of games. Unfortunately, a typical Man United luck, isn't it? You remember last season when we had the injury to Lenny Yoro? You remember when you had the injury to Lenny Yoro? Same thing. It's always these players that we need. It's always the players that are giving their all. It's always the players that we like and have been performing well, isn't it? It's always the same thing. It's sad, but yeah. lucky enough, we've got cover in that area. Lucky enough, we've got Xerxes, we've got BRUNO who can play there, Mainoo can move into midfield. Lucky we got a little bit of cover in there, innit? You know, at the end of the day. Thank you, Irfan. Big up yourself. Yeah, but lucky we got a cover, and lucky we can play Xerxes there. So I would play the Xerxes as a number 10. Or I'll play BRUNO as number 10 and bring Mainoo into the midfield. FM. Sal, do you think Onana will start in the Premier League? No. I think the fact that Onana asked for a new contract, for the second time he went and asked for a new contract, I think he's fallen out with Ruben Amorim. I don't think he's going to start for Man United. Added to the fact he had an absolutely atrocious game against Grimsby. And if it wasn't for Onana, Man United win that game comfortably. And that's what it is at the end of the day. Onana cost us game against Grimsby. And guys, I've never seen a goalkeeper. I thought David De Gea was bad at saving penalties, right? I'm sorry. Onana takes the mantle. He takes the award. How many times did he get his hand to that ball and he let it flop into the goal? How many times did he do that? Absolutely disgraceful, guys. Absolutely disgraceful performance all round from the game to the penalties. Revert 7. Maybe if BRUNO at number 10, we will have options at least. Yes. We will, and we have an opportunity to play Mainoo in that middle alongside Ugarte or Casemiro, which in my opinion would be more balanced. I think that would be more balanced, and I think that we can go forward with that, and we'll be fine with that. Guys, we beat Man City at the Etihad last season without Mbeumo, without Sesko, you know, without a Senne Lammens. We beat them last season. Remember that? We came back from behind to win the game, and Ahmad in the last minute. We can do it again, guys. There's nothing to fear about Man City losing at home to Tottenham, which they did. There is nothing to fear about Man City. I think we can go to the Etihad and we can absolutely polarize them and beat them. Timo, good morning. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Onana through the game. Timo, you know what? Deep down in my soul, deep down in my heart, right? I was thinking, did Onana throw that game? Because he got his hand on so many balls. And you think about this, guys. You think about the fact that Onana has been playing in goal his whole career. He's been a goalkeeper since he was a child. And he knows how to keep that ball in the back of the net. Every shot, even a weak shot, his hands were like this. Floppy hands, you know? So I wouldn't be surprised. And this is one thing I would say, guys. This is one thing I'll say about the game. Ruben Amorim should not have played Onana. He should have played Bayindir or Heaton, not Onana. Because I could tell by Onana's body language, he wasn't on it. He wasn't on it. He didn't care. You know, he never comes out in the media. He never talks about how we should have done better and this and that. He never talks about. He never doesn't take any accountability. He doesn't want to know. Ruben Amorim made a mistake in playing Onana in that game against Grimsby. It was a mistake. But it's a mistake that I don't think Ruben Amorim will make again. Bayindir is the number one. And hopefully, Lammens challenges him for that number one position. And I would say that Lammens should be the number one now. I think that. I would throw Lammens in the deep end. Good morning, Paul. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. It's all good to see you, mate. Better late than never, my bro. Hope you're good. Good to see you as usual. Revert 7. City look dodgy at the back with their high line. They do revert 7, and I think Man United can pick them off. I would have been delighted to see Cunha and Mbeumo, but at least we got Mbeumo. One thing I like about the positive about this season so far, one of the highlights for me is Mbeumo. I think Mbeumo. I think Mbeumo is a player that, you know what, is dangerous all the time. Every time he gets the ball, he's dangerous. Whether he cuts in, whether he cuts on the outside, this guy is dangerous. And you know what, I know this is a little bit high praise, guys. I know this is a little bit high praise, but I actually think Mbeumo reminds me of Mohamed Salah. He reminds me of Salah. He does. On that right-hand side, cutting in, bending it in. He reminds me, I think he can be better. I think he has the potential to be a Mohamed Salah. That's how high I think of Mbeumo. You know, that's how high I think of him. But I think he could be in that impact. I think he can have that impact. I think he's that good. And this is why a lot of us were advocating for Mbeumo all summer, because he's got that talent. He's got that je ne sais quoi, as you say. He's just that dangerous player. If I was look, we know with Mbeumo that we played against him when he was playing for Brentford as Man United fans. We know how dangerous Mbeumo is. Now he's playing for Man United. He's got his arena. He's got his arena and he can do it. And I think he'll have a good game against City. Brighton rinsed them. Absolutely. The problem with Radford, Garnacho, go Man United, a big fan. Man City, I don't get you, man. Mbeumo when fit, watch out. Mbeumo is a world beater when fit. And people are going to laugh and people are going to say, don't over-exaggerate, Sal, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Trust me. When Mbeumo is up and running, you're going to see Mbeumo. You're going to see Mbeumo. You're going to see a dangerous player. Man City better watch out, guys. Man City better watch out. Hopefully he doesn't get any injuries. Fingers crossed this next couple of weeks. But Man City better watch out next, guys. That's what it is at the end of the day. Tyborg, how deluded you have to be not to realize that your own failures. Onana should rewatch his performances, take a long look in the mirror and try to improve. But no, it's easier to be offended and crying around. Not only that, Tyborg, to walk in and say, I want a new contract. I want a 25% raise, because Manchester United, a lot of the players lost 25% for not qualifying for Europe. They lost 25% for not qualifying for Europe. So some of the players like Onana have took it upon themselves to say, I want a new contract so they can ask for higher wages, trying to be sneaky, trying to be crafty. So he went in there to ask for another contract. Man United declined. And apparently Ruben Amorim was furious. So he should be. Mate, he should have been dropped. Look, at the end of the day, Ruben Amorim has been loyal to Onana. He's been quite loyal to Onana. Onana's had enough chances. Enough chances. If you watch a compilation of Onana mistakes, it's like bloody hell. Netflix series. There's so many. Awen, how you doing, my friend? Are we doing well? Hope you're good. Was buying there better before it came to Man United and Lammens? That's, I don't know. I wouldn't guess on that, but Bayern there hardly played. So I don't know about that. Ephraim, Sal, we are capable of winning against City and Chelsea. Of course we are. Guys, we're going to beat Man City and Chelsea. We're going to beat Man City. Guys, from this, like I'm telling you right now, we're going to beat Man City and Chelsea. Guys, don't worry about that. Daryl, I doubt he will start, Sal, brother, but I hope he does the morning. Big up, Daryl. We'll have to wait and see. Let's wait and see. I think he should start. I know you agree with me, Daryl. He should start. But obviously, Ruben Amorim is a little bit careful. He's a little bit cautious in the way he does his formations and stuff like that. No time like the present. As I've always said, no time like the present. Sir Alex Ferguson would have played him. Sir Alex Ferguson would have threw him in the deep end. How do you swim without being thrown in the deep end, guys? You know? My dad threw me in the deep end. I had to paddle. And that's what you have to do at the end of the day. If you want to be a great player, you're going to have to be thrown in the deep end at the end of the day. Zizou. Onana is shit. He must pack his bags and go. I mean, this guy is happy to sit on the bench now, Zizou, and earn his 150 bags a week. He's happy to do that. Culture at this football club, isn't it? It's the way we are. It's the direction in which we're going. Tybo. Ten Hag sat today after only 2 games at Leverkusen. Hit back because of bought Onana to United. He was sacked a few days ago, Tybo. He didn't buy Onana back, did he? He should have bought Onana back. He should have bought Onana back. He should have bought Mason Mount back. That's what he should have done. Absolutely. I feel sorry for him in a way, though. I'll be honest, Tyberg. I'm not a mean person. I don't like people losing their jobs. He's only been there two games, and Bayer Leverkusen have lost all their best players. Florian Wirtz, Frimpong, Xhaka. He lost the defender, Sapio, is it? Something like that. In Sapio, of course, they've lost their whole team, Frimpong. You know, Daryl, 1,000% he should be on. Yeah, therefore, I was listening to the ex-chairman at Antwerp. He said Lammens has no faults. He doesn't. I heard that as well. The grey-haired fella, I saw that. Guys, nothing getting past me. I saw that. Yeah, he knows him better than anyone else. You know, he didn't come out and say he's young, he's going to learn, he needs to adapt. Nah, he said he's ready. And I watched him for 1 year. He is ready. Play Senne Lammens. Play him. I'm telling you right now. You might be surprised, guys. You might be surprised. You never know. Dan, what's going on, my friend? I'll be doing that. If we don't lose to Man City and Chelsea, does that make us title contenders? Oh, goodness me, Dan. I'm not going to say that. Title charge. I'm not going to say that. I don't know. All I would say to you, Dan, is that football's about momentum. And if we win a game, if we beat Man City and beat Chelsea, there's no better momentum builder than that, is there? And I think if we do that, then we can be confident that we're going to get in the Champions League positions. I think that. And then we take it, but like there, step by step, don't put too much pressure, and we see what happens. I would love that to happen, Dan, bro. Wouldn't that be a great thing if we did that? Wouldn't that be a great thing if we beat Chelsea and Man City? Everyone would be confident again, you know, at the end of the day. Daryl, bit too early to say. Maybe by mid-season, see where that we are. Say title contender. Yeah, a bit too early to say. Man United's problem has never been beating Man City, has never been beating Arsenal, has never been beating Liverpool. We do struggle against them sometimes, but that's never been our Achilles heel. It's never been our Achilles heel. The biggest problem that Manchester United have is your Brentfords, is your Fulhams, is your Evertons, is your those sort of teams, Tottenhams, and those sort of teams, Newcastle now as well. Those are the teams that Man United struggle against. And you know what? That is where I feel like I find it difficult as a Man United fan, you know, because we will go and beat Man City, we will go and beat Chelsea, and we're going to lose to Brentford. That's what Man United do. And that's what we do all the time. You know, we didn't always, even under Sir Alex Ferguson, we didn't always win games against the big teams. We also beat the small teams. We would lose to Newcastle. We would lose to Arsenal. We would lose to Liverpool. But we'd go and win the games we should be winning. Oh, yeah, we'll win those games. And you know what? They make up the majority of the league. You know? Red Fred's 55, my friend. Imagine Onana asking for a pay rise during this. I mean, the cheek of it, the audacity of it, Red Fred 55. The audacity for Onana to walk into that dressing room with a straight face and say, into the board meeting, wherever it was, into the board meeting with a straight face and say, guys, I think I deserve a pay rise. Oh my, I would have been surprised if there wasn't a big, hilarious laugh. Oh, no, you're so funny, Onana. Oh, man, that's one thing I love about you, Onana. You're so funny. Even in a bad situation, you always make us laugh. No. I'm serious. I want a pay rise. I'm serious. I want a pay rise. No, what? My goodness me. Ephraim, Sal, Ten Hag 2 arrested for buying Onana and got rid of the hair. We always show up against top 6 teams. We do, Daryl. I'm not worried about these teams. And people say, are you worried about Man City? I'm not worried about Man City. Just like last season, I wasn't worried about Man City. And we went and beat them at the Etihad, didn't we? We didn't lose to Man City last year. You know, and when people tell me, are you scared of them? Nah, I'm not scared of them. I'm not scared of Arsenal. I'm not scared of Man City. I'm not scared of Chelsea. We should have beaten Arsenal. We outplayed Arsenal. Burnley played better against us than Arsenal played against us. You know? Sniper Man, we'll have to wait and see. Apparently, some people are saying it. Some people say no. We'll have to wait and see. Yeah, I saw that clip of Antwerp chairman too, Daryl. Sounds promising. Does sound promising. Needs to play him, though. Need to believe in him. Sal, your thoughts on Danny Welbeck coming back in January? No, thank you. As a squad player, I wouldn't say no, Dan. I wouldn't say no. But I just think that would just be a waste of time. I think Man United should be concentrating on that midfield, finding a midfielder in there. Look, it got to the point where I wouldn't even minded Gallagher on loan, you know, just to cover that midfield position, you know, and I'm not a big fan of Gallagher. And I was saying even during the transfer window, I wouldn't have minded bringing Gallagher in there because, you know what I mean? Guys. Revert 7. Lammens sounds like he has a good head on his shot. He's an intelligent guy, a very intelligent guy, smart, not a clown. We've had a clown in goal over the last few years, guys. We've actually had a real life clown in goal. You know, absolutely. Newcastle is very hard to play away. Hard football, yeah, it's hard. Big up Tyrell, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, my friend. Big up yourself. Hope you're good, of course. Tybug, we will be tight because in 3 years, the most important thing is to support Amorim. We need him to change his mentality, got the players, and implement his ideas. These time, guys. Yeah, don't think people have patience, Tybug. This is the problem because Man United have waited 12 years for a title. I think we're closer than 3 years. I think we should be closer than 3 years. And I think, as I said on my thumbnail yesterday, aim high. Aim high. We got the players. Aim high. Because if we carry on aiming low, we're not going to get there. It's very hard to come from that mentality to that mentality. Aim high. The players are good enough. The players are good enough. Sesko, Mbeumo, Cunha, they're good enough. You know, we need to believe in ourselves. You know, yeah, this season might be a bit soon, of course. But next season, we should try. Have that mentality. Let's build up some momentum this season, and you never know what's going to happen next season. This 3-year plan, don't do it. Don't give a plan. Don't give a number on it. That's Glazonomics. Glazonomics is putting a number on it. Because what Glazers do, they kick the ball down the road. Over then, 2007, 2028, 2029. It's what England did in 2010 when they said England are going to win a World Cup in 2022. Not Man United. We should always be challenging. No, we're not going to turn against Ruben Amorim if he doesn't. And I'm not. But I'm saying we should always aim higher. Always aim higher. Never settle for second best. Never. And that's one thing I would say. I've learned it in life. I learned it in life, guys, from coming from a little town in Leytonstone in the East End of London to working with platinum selling artists in my music. Guys, I know that you have to aim high and have to believe it's going to happen. If you don't believe it's going to happen, how can the players believe? We will. We'll get there before 3 years. I hope so. Big up, Tyborg. Play the boy. No way he has worse than it. He's cost us so much. Looks for a pay rise. Absolutely. Guys, absolutely. Ephraim, so which midfielder appearing in the Premier League is the best? Which midfield pairing is the best at the moment? It's a decent question. I don't know. I actually think that Arsenal's is probably a very good midfield. I think Arsenal got a very good midfield at the moment. I think when City's midfield is fit, they got a good midfield. Obviously, Rodri and all that. I think they got a decent midfield. Newcastle got a decent midfield. But it depends how what you say, isn't it? At the moment, the most functional midfield is Liverpool's, because they're getting the results, and that is the most functional midfield. Even though they're not star names, obviously, they're the most performing midfield, and we have to say Liverpool. Man United should try and get Welbeck back. Standards, Bellows, standards, man. Come on, guys. I wonder how long you've been supporting Man United to be like, oh goodness me. Glazers love you guys. Glazers are going to send you a Christmas card. Daryl, 100% we will train well international break. He should start, my bro. I agree, though. He'll probably be training in regards to that. Absolutely. Daryl, I say max 2 years, but you never know, bro. You could go for it next. I don't want to put a number in it, though, because I think Man United should be challenging every year. That's how a Man United fan should think. Every year, without foul. Let me import it in your head. Every year we should challenge. Don't care. No excuses. Every year, Man United challenge. All right? And that is a message that should be sent to the board. That's a message that should be sent. We shouldn't be thinking about 5 years down the line, 3 years down the line. Now is what it is all about. How do we know what's going to happen in 3 years? How do we know what's going to happen in 10 years? We don't know. Let's fight. Let's see what happens. You know what I mean? And that's what we should do. And believe. Players are not bad. Yeah, we have a couple of positions here and there not good. Leicester won the league. Leicester. You know, Liverpool won the league when they came, you know, the next season. 1 year they won the league. They went from coming, sixth to winning the league. You know, big up Revert 7. Sniper Man, Sal, every time a new GTA game released, you're a bit late. Slow Sports News from Sniper Man. That's a very long time ago, mate. Very long time ago. You're Slow Sports News today, mate. Crystal Palace, aim high, Revert 7. Aim high. The world is your oyster. Life is too bloody short to limit your chances. Life is too short. Let me tell you guys, life is too short to have small ambitions. Why can't you do it? When you were 5 years old, you picked up that football, right? You picked up that football the same time as the Arsenal, the same time as the Chelsea, the same time as the Newcastle, the same time as the Manchester City player picked up the football. The same time. You picked up the football the same time, right? Each one of those people in them teams picked up the football at the same time, right? So what makes him better than you? What makes them better than you? You're at the top of your game. You're a 70 million player. You're an 80 million pound player. You're a 70 million pound player. Why did you get to that level? Who are you? You're playing for the biggest club in the world because you are good enough. You are good enough. You're playing for the biggest club in the world. You are good enough. And that's the message that it should be, right? These other teams can't beat you. Who are they? The only reason they got a platform is because of Manchester United. And you're playing for that team, Manchester United. You know, guys, we need to believe. Look, I'm not saying you must do this. You must do that. We have to win. We have to win. But we're not going to lose. And that is what it is. Because we're Man United. Believe in it. If you believe in it and that's it, you will achieve it. Let me tell you something. Manchester United never had the best players in the world. We had a scattering, yeah, a couple here and there, right? But Man United were a team. They weren't necessarily the best players in the world, but they were a team. They were the best team in the world. Let's build a team. Let's fight for each other. Fight for every ball. Sprint on that pitch. And you never know what you will achieve. You know? We've proven in periods of games that we can dominate games. We've proven that we can do that. We can dominate certain games. We've done that. Now let's implement it more and let's advance it to winning games. Ichichi, Crystal Palace has a wonderful midfield too. Yeah, injury prone though. Sal, do we always lose a draw to Newcastle? Sal, silly question. I mean, we don't. If you're sick in your lifetime, not in my lifetime, we always beat Newcastle. If you're sick and you think you will die, you probably will. The same in football. If you believe you are not good enough, you will do anything. We need to change a winning streak. Absolutely, guys. Let me give you an example. I'll give you an example, guys. If you sit in a room, right? If you sit in a room all alone and all you have in that room is a flower, a bunch of flowers, right? And every single day you're crying, those flowers will die sooner. Did you know that? Energy. Negativity, positivity. It's energy, guys. Now, some people are energy sucking vampires. Some people like to suck people's energy, you know, and like to turn on the manager and like to be negative and not like to be patient and stuff like that. United view. They like that. They love to do that. And then act like, no, we're very partial. We're very open-minded with our opinions. But they never change their opinions. The only one who changed his opinion was KG. You know, they never changed their opinion because they're ego. Let me just respond to this, guys. It's my order on my supermarket. I have to quickly order this. Otherwise, my wife will get me in big trouble. Choose replacements. Okay. Great. Dundee dusted. Daryl, 1,000% agree with you. Thank you so much, bro. Daryl, you're a great person, mate. Thank you. Albie has given 1 membership. Thank you so much, Albie. You absolute legend. Thank you so much, my friend. You absolute legend. Guys, you know what I learned being raised a Man United fan? Yeah, I learned something very important, and it held me in good stead. And so big thanks to Sir Alex Ferguson for teaching me. You know, I learned in life I may not be good enough. I've been crap at a lot of things in my life. I've never been good at maths. I've never been good at English. I've never been good at a lot of things in life. The one thing I was good at was drawing and being artistic. That was it. That's all I was good at. And being a nice person, being kind and stuff, which is a talent in itself these days. But I was generally rubbish at everything, right? Honestly. But one thing that I learned from Manchester United, and it held me in good stead, guys, is never give in. Never give up. Never give up. Believe. It's going to happen. I remember when my brother started music, and you know what? I hate banging on about this, but those who know me, I manage my brother called Reds, R-E-D-Z-Z. Go to YouTube. I used to direct all his videos. I managed him. And we came from a 5-bedroom flat, a 1-bedroom flat, 5 of us, right? In the East End of London, right? We were poor, right? And then I used to tell my brother was a brilliant rapper. And I used to tell my brother, you know what? You can do anything in life. You can do anything in life. As long, and this is what early on, what Alex Ferguson taught me. He said, bro, you're the best. I said, you're the best. No one can touch you, bro. No one can touch you. You're the best. I told him every day. We'll be in the studio. I'll be in the studio. I'll be like, bruv, no one can touch you. Not even Jay-Z's can touch you, mate. I'll bring anyone in the world against you. Nothing's going to touch you, mate. Nothing's going to touch you, bro. You know, nothing. And as that energy kept going on, the energy kept going on, and you keep climbing and climbing and climbing and climbing until we reached bloody Eminem, D12, G Unit. It's on YouTube, guys. You know, and this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Belief. Belief is so important. It's contagious. It's contagious. If you don't believe, how can you expect everyone else to believe? If your people around you don't believe in you, how can you believe in you? You know, and this is what I'm talking about. If your manager doesn't believe in you, how can you believe in yourself? The biggest concern I have in regards to Man United managers, and I see it all the time. Man United managers seldom come out and say, we're going to win the league. We're going to win the league. We're going to fight for the league. Man United should be challenging for titles. That is what I want to hear. I want to hear that from Man United. Man United should be challenging for titles. Man United should be going for the league. That's what I want to hear. I don't hear that. I want to hear it. I want to hear it more. So what makes these players less as effective as those players? What makes them less as effective as those players? You know? Because when Portugal played Brazil with Gomes and that of Newcastle, Portugal smashed up Brazil with Bruno Fernandes. You know, and when you think about that, you know, because and big up Albie, thank you so much for the membership, my friend. I hope you're doing well. Sal, do you remember our watch-alongs? We always believed. Yes, usually it was sad affair in the end, but we never gave up. And it's important. Sometimes it works, Tybo, like the other day, didn't it? We had many people coming on this channel saying, oh, they're crap. They're this, they're that. Even my friends came on the channel and saying, oh, F this is crap. F this. I said, just believe. Wait until the final whistle. Whatever happens, by hook or by crook, if Man United win, that's all that matters. By hook or by crook, that's all that matters. And that's what it was. Top guy, Albie. Big up, Albie. Top person. Thank you so much. Big up, Albie. Thank you so much. Congratulations, Helge. Where's Helge? Oh, Helge is a member. Oh, yeah, I ain't seen him yet. Where is Helge? Helge, where are you? I can't find Helge. We must buy a midfielder next transfer. Yes. I mean, I really don't want to think about the transfer window now. What's done is done. We can't sign any players now. Unfortunately, we have to wait till next summer. We're not going to do anything in January. I've completely taken January out of my head now. It's completely gone. Kaput. Manchester United have the resources to wear a giant club with billions of fans around the world. A wonderful story. The Glazers and Ineos have no excuses. They would like to lower their excuse. Guys, when people come to me and tell me they will be happy with 6th or 7th, quote, happy with 6th or 7th, that means they're delighted. I cried when we came second in 1995. I cried. You know, and guys, and that was short-lived. We won the league again. The next year, we won the double. You don't lower your standards, guys. We're Manchester United. These players right here, they come from the Busby Babes, guys. They're playing for the same team. Where players from the Busby Babes sacrificed their life for them to have a platform. They've got the platform. They've got the stage. Now pick up the bloody mic and give us a tune, lads. And that's what it is at the end of the day. You know, and all this business, excuses this, excuses that. See, I can't play there, can't do this, can't do that. I don't want to hear it. That people died for this football club, for you to have your platform, for you to earn 300 bags a week, for you. All you need to do is carry on the legacy. That's all. Get me in the dressing room, man. Honest to God, get me in the dressing room. You know, I would tell them all day long. What makes you worse than that player? What makes Bruno, what makes you worse than Saka? Who's Saka? What makes you worse than him? You're better than him. What makes you worse? And that's what I'll be telling. I'll be putting that in their head every single day. Like Alex Ferguson used to do. Alex Ferguson used to when we used to have training, he would say, did you hear what Fingy said about you? Did you hear what Fingy said about you? Did you hear what they said about you? They're laughing at you. They're making fun of you. Have you seen the papers? That's what Alex Ferguson used to do. You know, and that's something we need to continue. I'll be going up to Ugarte. I say, Ugarte, did you hear what they're saying about you, bruv? Did you hear what they said about you? They said you're crap, mate. They said you're rubbish. Look, they're laughing at you, mate. Content creators. Look at these content creators. You can show them these days on the phone. You don't even have to buy a newspaper. Look at these content creators. They're laughing at you, bruv. Are you going to have that? Are you going to have that on Saturday, mate? Make sure they're not laughing at you next week, bro. Make sure they're not laughing at you next week. Make sure next week that you're on that pitch and you get stuck in as a CDM. You're the Roy Keane of this team. I want to see it. Make sure these guys are not laughing at you anymore. And that's what I'll be inputting that in their head again and again and again. You know? Happy Slice of Bread membership. Where is Helge, by the way? I can't see Helge. I haven't seen Helge. Guys, bigger Albie. Groceries, yeah. Look, groceries. I got them. It's on the way. It's on the way. It's on the way. Replacements. Bloody useless. I order things early, so I put a little timer on it. And sometimes they text me, say they haven't got my products. They haven't got my products. Taiwo, good morning, Sal. Good morning. It's my opinion that any manager that can't work with Kobe Mainoo, Senne Lammens, Manu Ugarte, who experience of Casemiro isn't worth to be in Man United. No. Alex Ferguson couldn't work with a number of players. Alex Ferguson couldn't work with Juan Sebastian Veron. Should we go on? There's many players that Alex Ferguson had that he couldn't work with. Alex Ferguson could no longer work with David Beckham. Alex Ferguson could no longer work with Jaap Stam. Alex Ferguson could no longer work with Mark Hughes, Steve Bruce, Gary Pallister. Winners, real winners, not Mainoo, pretend winners, not Coney, pretend winner, not Casemiro, who's finished, right? That's a lie. That is where you're feeding into the narrative. Again, that's where you're feeding into the bullshit of people who don't know nothing about Manchester United and our history. You shouldn't need to be motivated to play for this great football club. You shouldn't need to you know what, feel like, oh, I feel so undone by, I'm not playing. Then get on your feet and prove it. Because one thing I would say about Mainoo, you got outplayed by Grimsby Town, bruv. So why should you play at Man United? Why should you be in the Man United team? Because as far as I'm aware, as much as I bigged up Mainoo for week in, week out, I bigged up Mainoo. Last season, he didn't play well. He had one good game against Lyon, right? This season, he played against Grimsby, slow. He came on against Burnley, slow. Against Burnley, we were better with Mason Mount. And let's be real here, I'm not a fan of Mason Mount, but he needs to show himself on what he did in the first season. Right? And if I'm seeing that, he needs to see that as well. Casemiro's finished. You can't get the best. So you're telling him you should get the best out of 40-year-old Casemiro. He hasn't been backed. It's a lie. And it comes from these people. Yeah, bruv. He's a fraud, bruv. Nah, get him out of my club, bruv. Yeah, I seen a treble, bruv. Nah, bruv. He's a Portuguese fraud, bruv. He's a bald fraud, bruv. Nah, bruv. Get him out of my... No excuses, bruv. No excuses, bruv. That is where it's coming from. Think about where it's coming from. Think about Tottenham fans. They are. They're not even Man United fans. And they're polluting the airways with that. You know? Thank you so much, 159 people. Where are the likes and subscribers, guys? Come on, don't forget to subscribe. Very important, guys. Guys, very, very important, guys, to subscribe to the channel. Benny, Ferguson and made Fletcher and Anderson Premier League champions by installing belief in them. Exactly. Belief. Belief, guys. You have to believe. If you don't believe, who's going to believe for you? You can elevate someone to a level where you can believe that you are the champion. You feel good. And that's what I used to do with my artists when I used to manage rap artists and music artists and stuff like that. I used to elevate them to a level that they wouldn't even get to before. I'd be like this, right? I'd be like this. As soon as I see it, whoever I'm working with, and I worked with a number of artists, right? But in particular, my brother. Whoever I worked with, right? I would be like, goodness me, that verse you did on that song, man. My goodness. I had tingles down my spine. I couldn't believe it. You know? Now, you could transfer that from music to football. My goodness me. The way you got that ball, man. The way you were taking on the players. My God, what a player you are, man. Gave me tingles down my spine. The way you hit that ball in the top. The way you went in for that crunching tackle. And that's the way we should be doing it. Belief, guys. We come from a generation of snowflakes and blame culture. Blame this, blame that, blame this. Nah, not where I was raised. My flat was built on top of a graveyard, right? That's where I was raised. You know, that's where I was raised. So if anyone wants to come in here, I come from the East End of London. I'm a potty mouth sometimes. I do say things that are rude. Sometimes I do. But I come from the street. I actually come from the street. I come from nothing. You know, and this is what we're talking about here. But I don't want to hear about soft sports. I don't want to see Anthony. Oh, they were so mean to me. Oh, they were so mean to me. Oh, they were so mean to me. I don't want to hear Anthony, you little bloody crybaby. Go to Betis in your low club and do your thing. Right? Because whenever you play a good club, Real Betis, you lose to Chelsea. Smacked up by Chelsea in the final. Where were you, Anthony, and your brothers at Betis? Stop being a bloody crybaby. Work. Believe, you know, and that's what we're talking about here. Accountability. Accountability. It's the same thing. Big up Ian Hammond. How you doing? I'm a new subscriber to your channel and I'm loving the content and passion. Ian, my guy, thank you so much. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate you, my friend. Welcome to the family, I would say. Welcome to the family. Welcome to Stretford Post. Want to keep growing. We keep growing every day, guys. And people like Ian, obviously, joining the conversation. Is fantastic. It's good to see new people, of course. Ian, I just wanted to first one the keeper. I wanted Martinez with experience and presence, but the way you talk about Lammens is giving me more confidence in Undergate. Guys, Ian, I watched Lammens for a year, and I was speaking about Lammens before it was popular to do so, and people could scroll back to 2024. Right? And I saw this goalkeeper. I've been in scouting. I saw this goalkeeper, and I was like, wow, this guy's a new Courtois, Petr Cech. Now, look, I get it. Martinez is the kind of guy that you could have got him and put him straight in the team against Man City. No problem at all. Absolutely not. But I don't believe that's what Man United are. I think Man United made their own legends, don't they? I think Man United need to make their own legends. I think the great thing about Senne Lammens, right, is that he is Ruben Amorim's goalkeeper. Martinez won't be Ruben Amorim's goalkeeper. Martinez will be a whole number of people's goalkeeper. Like Schmeichel was Alex Ferguson's goalkeeper. Senne Lammens will be Ruben Amorim's goalkeeper. You know, and Senne Lammens to run through brick walls. Well, not run through, well, save cannonballs, you know, to keep that ball out of the net. You know, so this is the thing. It's the originality. He's my goalkeeper. Senne Lammens is my goalkeeper. Martinez is Unai Emery's goalkeeper. He's that goalkeeper. He's that goalkeeper. You know, and that's what I'm talking about, just like Schmeichel. Yes, it will be a short-term fix. Bringing Martinez in probably would work. Big personality. It probably would work. Probably work wonders. But then again, he's a big personality. Would he get on with Ruben Amorim? I don't know. He's a good goalkeeper? Sure. I don't agree with all the compilations and stuff that people put out there and all that. I do the eye test. They're all good, great, both great goalkeepers for me. And guys, I would play Senne Lammens. He's got a head on his shoulders, screwed on, of course. And I would play him. I really would. I really would, guys. Big up Ian Hammond. Thank you so much, my guy. Thank you so much for joining the family. Benny, what happened in 96? They're right. They all heard the wrongs of 95. They stepped up, and for these players to step up now. Exactly, mate. There was no more pressure. Guys, let me tell you right now, I was around in 95. I went to games in 95, 96. The pressure that was on those players, that was on Sir Alex Ferguson, right? The pressure that was on the team when we got rid of Mark Hughes, when we got rid of Andrei Konchelskis, when we got rid of Paul Ince, guys, amongst others, the pressure that was on that team then and Alex Ferguson was monumental. You can't win anything with kids, as Alan Hansen said. They probably took that quote, right, pull it in the dressing room and said, look, listen to this. Listen to this. What he said about you guys. This is what he said about you. He said you can't win anything. You're a kid. Are you going to have that? What happened? We beat West Ham at home. Yeah, it was a struggle. 2-1 against West Ham. We beat Blackburn away, who were the champions. 2-1. Beckham, bending one in the corner. And we went on a run. Yeah, we had our moments. We lost 5-0 to Newcastle at one time. We lost 6-3. We had our moments because we were a young team. But ultimately, we had belief. And there was one game that I remember like it was yesterday. And it was Bolton Wanderers at home. And I think we must have done about 30, 40 passes around. And then we ended up getting the ball in the back of the net. I think it must have been like that. And we won 3-0 at Old Trafford. And I smiled. Honestly, I was almost like tears. I was like, my goodness me, we got a new team, guys. This team's going to dominate. Because when we lost all those players, my brother, who's a Tottenham fan, my younger brother's a Liverpool fan, my dad's a Huddersfield fan, my mum's a Wimbledon fan, the crazy gang. And when we sold all those players, they were laughing. My brother, in particular, my older brother, supports Tottenham. He was laughing at me. You're finished. We're finished. See his face when we started winning. He thought, oh my goodness me, I'm going to have another 15 years of this. Another 15 years. And we ended up making history, guys. Guys, you know, being at the Champions League final, traveling to the Champions League final by coach, sleeping on the beach, right? Watching the Champions League final, broke, with no money, not a pot to piss in, supporting this football club, and to witness what I witnessed. I struggled to get to that game, right? But I got to that game. Thank my friend, God rest his soul, by the way, who gave me the ticket. He's not around anymore. But I remember that game, and I will never forget it. And when I sat there on the beach, and I thought to myself, you know what? One day, look, I went clubbing after the game. I went clubbing, right? I got into the club, right? Anyway, and I clubbed all night until the morning. Then I went home. Basically, I told myself we will never witness this ever again. We may never see this ever again. We may never see Man United do this ever again. Take it in. Just think what we've done. We won a treble, a real treble, not the manufactured treble like Man City, the purchased treble like Man City. We won a real treble. You know, this is what we've done, you know? Absolutely. Guys, I want to thank everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Really appreciate it. Big up Ephraim, big up Albie, big up the new members as well. Thank you so much for joining me. Big up the new subscribers as well, guys. Tybog, welcome to Hammond. Hope to see you around, buddy. Big up Hammond, Mr. Ian Hammond. Big up yourself. Welcome to the family, of course. Thank you, everyone. Big up everyone who's joined me today. Big up Scott. What's going on? Let me just say good morning to Scott. Anthony, the Giants shite bug. Absolutely. Crybaby Anthony. I was doing a million step overs and then getting dispossessed. It's a crybaby, mate. Crybaby, Anthony. Crybaby. All right, listen. One day, Anthony, what we're going to do, right? We're going to build a statue like this. And people are going to go, what's that? You go, it's Anthony when he's crying. He got his big move to Batiste. Guys, thank you so much. Big up Scott. Big up everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. Sorry I can't read through all the messages, guys. See you soon, guys. Big up Daryl. See you soon, guys. I really appreciate everyone. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to put your notifications on as well. Guys, glory, glory, Man United. Thank you, Scott. Big up. Glory, glory, Man United. I'll see you later for Chatterbox. Have a great day. I'm Sal Warner. This is Breaking Dawn. See you soon. Peace.